Hindu culture is not like a building with a single door. It is more like a vast, flowing river with many streams. This river has been flowing for thousands of years, carrying stories, ideas, and traditions. It is one of the world's oldest living cultures, and it continues to evolve and adapt. There is no single founder or one holy book that everyone must follow in the same way. Instead, Hindu culture is a rich collection of diverse spiritual paths and local customs. People see the divine in many forms, from grand gods in temples to the sacredness of a simple peepal tree or a flowing river. This variety is not seen as confusion, but as a sign of the infinite nature of truth. The heart of this culture is found in India, but its influence reaches across the globe. When people think of Hindu culture, they often picture colorful festivals, intricate temple carvings, and graceful dances. But it is much more than what we see on the surface. It is a way of looking at the world, a framework for understanding life, death, and what comes after. It is about finding a balance between our duties to society, our personal desires, and our spiritual goals. The culture is passed down through generations, not just through books, but through stories told by grandparents, songs sung during rituals, and the food cooked in family kitchens. It is a living, breathing heritage. This cultural river is fed by many sacred texts. The Vedas are the oldest scriptures, containing hymns and philosophies. The Upanishads explore deep questions about the self and the universe. The Puranas tell stories of gods and goddesses, making complex ideas accessible to everyone. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata are epic poems that are more than just stories. They are guides to human behavior, exploring themes of duty, sacrifice, and morality. These texts are not rigid rule books, but sources of wisdom that people interpret in their own lives. They offer different paths for different people, acknowledging that everyone's journey toward understanding is unique. Therefore, to explore Hindu culture is to embrace this diversity. It is not about finding one single answer, but about appreciating the many different questions and the countless ways people have tried to answer them. It is a culture that encourages curiosity and personal experience over strict dogma. It sees the world as a stage for a divine play, or Lila, where we all have a role to play. Understanding this playful, cyclical, and inclusive view of life is the first step to appreciating the depth and beauty of the Hindu way. It's a journey into a world where the spiritual and the everyday are not separate, but beautifully intertwined, like threads in a grand cosmic loom. At the core of Hindu thought are a few simple yet profound ideas that shape daily life. One of the most important is Dharma. Dharma is not just a rule, it is one's natural duty, purpose, and righteous path. For a river, its Dharma is to flow. For a human, Dharma involves duties to one's family, society, and oneself. It is about living a life of integrity and responsibility. Closely linked to this is the concept of karma. Karma is the law of cause and effect. Every action, thought, and word has a consequence, not as a reward or punishment from a god, but as a natural result. Good actions lead to positive outcomes, while harmful actions create negative ones, shaping our present and future lives. Another central belief is samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Hindus believe the soul, or Atman, is eternal and travels through many lifetimes. The goal is to break free from this cycle and achieve moksha, which is liberation and unity with the ultimate reality, known as Brahman. This journey is guided by a deep respect for all living things, a concept called ahimsa, or non-violence. Many Hindus practice vegetarianism as a way to honor this principle, seeing the divine spark of life in every creature, from the smallest ant to the largest elephant. This belief fosters a sense of compassion and interconnectedness with the entire natural world. These beliefs are woven into the fabric of daily routines. For many Hindu families, the day begins with a simple ritual. This might involve lighting an oil lamp, or diya, and offering flowers or a short prayer at a small home shrine. This act, known as puja, is a way of showing gratitude and starting the day with a spiritual focus. It is a personal connection with the divine, whether it is directed toward a specific deity like Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, or simply toward the universal spirit. Customs like touching the feet of elders are also common, showing respect and seeking their blessings. This simple gesture reinforces family bonds and the value of wisdom that comes with age. Food and clothing also reflect these cultural values. The food, often vegetarian, is considered a gift from nature and is sometimes offered to the gods before being eaten, a practice known as prasad. This transforms a simple meal into a blessed one. Traditional clothing, like the sari for women or the dhoti for men, is not just about style, but also about comfort and suitability for the climate. These garments are often made from natural fabrics like cotton and silk. Through these everyday practices, from morning prayers to shared meals, Hindu culture is not something reserved for temples or special occasions. It is a constant, gentle rhythm that guides a person's life, helping them find meaning and balance. Hindu culture comes alive in its vibrant festivals, which mark the changing seasons, celebrate harvests, and honor timeless stories of gods and heroes. Each festival is a burst of color, music, and community spirit. One of the most famous is Diwali, the Festival of Lights. It is celebrated over 5 days and symbolizes the victory of light over darkness and good over evil. Families clean their homes, decorate them with twinkling oil lamps and intricate rangoli patterns on the floor, and share sweets with neighbors and friends. The light from the lamps is seen as an invitation for Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, to enter their homes and bless them for the year ahead. Another beloved festival is Holi, the Festival of Colors. This joyous celebration marks the arrival of spring and the triumph of good, as told in the story of Prahlada and Holika. On this day, social barriers dissolve as people playfully chase each other, throwing colored powders and water. The air fills with laughter, music, and a sense of pure, uninhibited fun. It is a time for forgiveness, for mending broken relationships, and for celebrating the vibrant hues of life itself. These festivals are more than just holidays. They are vital community events that bring people from all walks of life together, strengthening social bonds through shared joy and ritual. The artistic expression within Hindu culture is deeply connected to its spirituality. Temple architecture is a magnificent example, with towering spires that reach for the heavens and walls covered in detailed carvings of gods, goddesses, and mythological scenes. These sculptures are not just decorations, they are visual stories that teach moral and philosophical lessons. Classical Indian dance forms like Bharatanatyam and Kathak are also a form of storytelling and worship. Dancers use intricate hand gestures, mudras, facial expressions, and body movements to narrate epic tales and express devotion. The music that accompanies these dances, with instruments like the sitar and tabla, creates a mesmerizing and meditative atmosphere. This artistic spirit extends to everyday objects and crafts. From the intricate patterns of a hand-woven silk sari to the delicate metalwork of a temple lamp, there is a commitment to beauty and craftsmanship. Traditional paintings, like the Madhubani art from Bihar or the Tanjore paintings from South India, depict divine figures and epic narratives in rich symbolic detail. Even the food is an art form, with a focus on balancing 6 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, and astringent, to create a wholesome and delicious meal. Through these festivals and arts, Hindu culture expresses its core beliefs in ways that delight the senses and nourish the soul. In our fast-paced modern world, the wisdom of Hindu culture offers a unique perspective on living a balanced and meaningful life. It encourages a sense of community and togetherness that can feel lost in today's individualistic societies. In many Hindu communities, family extends beyond parents and children to include grandparents, uncles, aunts, and cousins, creating a strong support system. This collective spirit is also seen in the way festivals are celebrated, where entire neighborhoods participate as one large family. This emphasis on community reminds us that we are all connected, and that our well-being is tied to the well-being of others. It teaches us to think beyond me and embrace we. The culture's deep reverence for nature is also incredibly relevant today as we face environmental challenges. The Hindu worldview does not see nature as a resource to be exploited, but as a manifestation of the divine. Rivers are seen as goddesses, mountains are considered sacred, and trees are worshipped. This perspective promotes a sustainable way of life, urging us to live in harmony with our environment rather than dominate it. The principle of ahimsa, or non-violence, extends to all of nature, advocating for a gentler footprint on the planet. This ancient wisdom provides a powerful spiritual framework for modern environmentalism, reminding us of our duty to protect the world that sustains us. Furthermore, Hindu culture's acceptance of multiple paths to truth offers a valuable lesson in tolerance and peaceful coexistence. It acknowledges that there is not just one right way to believe or to live. This pluralistic approach is built into its very structure, where different gods are seen as various aspects of one ultimate reality. This idea helps foster respect for different faiths and cultures, promoting dialogue over conflict. In a world often divided by rigid ideologies, this flexible and inclusive mindset is a powerful force for peace. It teaches that diversity is not a problem to be solved, but a natural expression of the infinite richness of human experience. Ultimately, the enduring importance of Hindu culture lies in its focus on the inner journey. It provides tools and philosophies for self-discovery and personal growth. Concepts like karma empower individuals by showing them that they are the architects of their own destiny. Practices like yoga and meditation, which have now spread across the globe, offer practical ways to calm the mind and connect with one's inner self. By emphasizing balance, compassion, and the search for a higher purpose, Hindu culture provides a timeless roadmap for navigating the complexities of life. It helps people find peace not by changing the world outside, but by transforming themselves from within.